welcome back to my channel. My name is Kieran Jane. If you're new here, hi. Today I'm going to be doing kind of like a bronze smoky eye. I love this look for summer. It's great for date night or going out with your friends or any kind of special event that you have coming up. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with my face. I have the Faced Hangover RX primer. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a couple pumps of that on my fingers and perfect. I already did my brows off camera. My right brow was just really acting up today, so I just went ahead and did them off camera. If you do want a full brow tutorial, let me know in the comments and I can do that. I'm going to do my foundation next. I just got this Huda Beauty foundation in the color Chai 210B. So I'm going to start with that and put a couple drops on my hand. That comes out. There we go. I'm not sure how much of this I'll need. I don't know how buildable it is or how full coverage it is. When I'm doing my forehead, I just like squeeze the Beauty Blender together a little bit to make it a little less round so that I can get my forehead without, it's inevitable that some product will get on your hair, especially if you have 7,000 baby hairs like I do, but it does make it a little bit easier to work with in the smaller areas of your face. Okay, that's super full coverage and I literally only used 2 pumps. That's amazing, I love that. Next, I'm gonna do my concealer. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in the color 27S Light Medium Sand. And a little bit on my forehead. You don't need a lot of this concealer. It's really full coverage. That's why I'm being super light-handed with it. So now that I've got my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and bake, and I'm going to go in with the Mercier translucent setting powder. And I'm going to use a dry beauty blender. I've never gotten this beauty blender wet before, and this is a preference. Some people use their damp beauty blenders. It's totally up to you. I prefer the way it goes on with a dry one. And go right under anywhere at the concealer. I'm going to take a little bit on my chin and a little bit down the bridge of my nose. So I'm going to go ahead and let this bake for a second, and while I do that, I'm going to get started on my eyes. So I'm going to get started with Cork in my lid, which is this one here, and I'm going to get started with a 224 brush from MAC, which is a really, really great blending brush. And I'm going to go ahead and use this as my transition shade, so it's going to be right in my crease and a little bit above it. And I'm just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth. And I'm bringing it up a little bit out of my crease. I'm going to add a little bit of MAC Swiss chocolate because it is just a little bit too cool with Cork still. I would use Saddle, but I can't find it at the moment, so this will do. I'm going to go ahead and use the color Tete, I think it's called, and just go over what I just did. It's a really pretty kind of neutral to warm shade. And I'm just going over exactly where I put Cork and Swiss chocolate and a little bit higher. Now that our transition shade is done, I'm going to go in with a MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to go in with the color Charcoal Brown, which is this color right here. And I don't need too much of this, but I'm just going to deepen the crease just a little bit. And I'm making a little bit of a cat eye, if you will, with this color. And not too crazy because we're going to blend it out and smoke it out a little bit. But I am giving myself some dimension in the crease and then bringing it out in the corners. And now I'm going to go in with the color Coquette with the same brush. And it's this kind of gray brown. And I'm going to go right over the places I just did. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off or dust off my setting powder with this MAC brush. It is the one, either 18 or 13, I'm not sure, it's rubbed off, but basically all I'm doing is just dusting off the excess powder really lightly. And I want to sharpen the corners of my eyes a little bit, and a good trick for this is just go back in with your beauty blender, whatever you apply your setting powder with. You don't even need, you know, excess product on it, and just go bright in the corners of your eyes like this. And it cleans up the corners of your eyes really well. If you have fallout or not as precise of a line as you'd like. There we go. And that doesn't really need to sit, so you can go ahead and just wipe that off right away. And now I'm going to go back in with this 224 brush from MAC, and I'm going to use the color Tete Tint again and just blend out everything that I've put on my eyes so far. Just windshield wiper motions back and forth, nothing crazy. And even right here on the corner, just to soften this corner. I'm going to go ahead and do my lid with the MAC brush 239S. And for my lid, I'm going to be mixing a couple colors. I'm going to start with Sable from MAC. And I'm just going to pack it onto my lid. So I'm going to go in with this matte color as well on my lid called Havana, and it's this really pretty bronzy gold. I'm going to use the same brush and just pack it onto my lid right over where I put Sable. Next, I'm gonna highlight under my brows and in the corners of my eyes. And I'm gonna be using, again, a 239S brush by MAC, but just not the same brush. And it's this kind of white, really pretty color in my corners of my eyes. And then right on my brow bones. And then I'm going to go in just to deepen my contour just a little bit with NARS Casino, a little bit darker. I'm just going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to take it down as far because it is darker and I want it to just kind of deepen it but not make it look crazy. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I'm using this MAC brush in 197S. And I don't use a lot of product. I don't do like a super crazy nose contour. Just a little bit of bronzer and down the middle of my nose. And then just a little bottom part here. And then I'm going to just go ahead with the Mercier setting powder. Put a little bit under my cheekbones. And a little bit down the sides of my nose. was setting, I went ahead and popped on some false lashes. I used the Ardell Wispies, and we are ready to dust the setting powder. And now that we've done contour, I'm gonna go ahead and do my blush. I'm also using a MAC brush, but the number has rubbed off. And I'm gonna use MAC Gingerly for my blush today. It's a really nice peachy tone. And I'm just applying the blush on the apples of my cheeks and bringing it a little bit up as well, above my contour. It helps if you smile, because then the apples of your cheeks are more prominent. Just a big fluffy brush. And I'm gonna use this bronzer from IT Cosmetics, Sunshine in a Compact. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple swirls and go around my whole face. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna do the smudge under my eyes. I don't usually use a pencil liner underneath in my bottom waterline. I do tightline the top waterline with a pencil liner, but for the bottom lash line, I'm just gonna use shadows, and I'm gonna use this MAC smudge brush, and I'm gonna start with the color Charcoal Brown from MAC. Now I'm going to go in with the color Swiss Chocolate, and that's also from MAC. And I'm going to go right over the color I just placed. And now I'm going to go in with this color Tete Tint from MAC as well. And I'm going to go a little bit underneath the colors that I just did. Alrighty, now that we've done the bottom lash line, I'm going to highlight. I'm going to use the Sephora brush, the Pro Fan 65. And I'm going to use the BECCA Champagne Pop. And after I do my nose highlight, I always go back in with the brush that I contoured with and just go a little bit over it. And I almost forgot bottom mascara. I'm hungry, so my mind's kind of like shutting down. But we're gonna go ahead and just go in with this Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal, and just put it on our bottom lashes. Alright, and now that our face is done, I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. And that's the last step. We are home free. I'm going to go in with Cork from MAC. Alright, lip liner's on, and I'm going to go in with this really small flat brush from MAC. It is the number 195, and it already has some concealer on it. So I'm just going to kind of clean up around my mouth just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with this MAC lipstick in the color Kinkster. It's this color right here. Gonna mix it in. I love mixing things, everything. I feel like that's how you get the best color. And to blend them together, I'm going to take my ring finger and to top it off, I'm going to go in with this gloss from BUXOM in the color Abigail. Alrighty, and last but not least, I'm going to set my face. I'm going to use actually two things. I'm going to start with the MAC Prep and Prime. And then I'm going to use this. And there we go. That is the final look. If you guys liked this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you don't miss when I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.